So climate action plan. Let me take them just one at a time. We'll knock them off. We'll get you home cookie full and ready for another lemonade. Climate action plan. Anticipate annual investment dollars. Should we?
I have questions about that.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to invest in things that I don't think have large paybacks on that. And as I said, I'd like to define those in, you're talking about anticipate annual investment in conservation. What does that mean? Because as I said, some of what we're doing in capital planning is that, but it has never been acknowledged by that group, which is we purchase more fuel efficient cars and vehicles over time, and we're looking at renovations to buildings that reduce the energy consumption, but that is not captured in the climate action plan.
So maybe I offered this. I would be willing to change anticipate investments into something like categorize investments. Categorize, recognize, whatever it is, so that we can at least offer, here's what we think we're doing. Right?
Right.
That's really what I meant. Anticipate's probably not only is it not the right word, but the timing might not work out. So how about recognize or capture?
It's the narrative you're talking about. If we're doing a lot, let's package it and tell everyone so they can say, all right, how much is it really netted for us?
And I update that every year, and I don't think that's captured in.
Sure. Okay, so we'll do that. And at least we'll have it out there and say this is what it is. I know
we can ask department heads to let us know what they believe contributes to that climate action.
Right. Well, you're getting to the next one. Great segue. So, from our perspective, do we expect it sort of in the manager's documentation about the budget or separate climate action response or something? It seems to me that just capturing, for instance, in the budget in this way, in way number one, recognize and capture our investments in climate action plan might be sufficient. That's the manager communicating, hopefully through department heads and up through the budget.
It's in the capital plan.
Here's what we're doing.
It's in the capital plan. It's in the board's capital policy, and it is identified in the capital plan.
Maybe what we should do is set a challenge, like reduce gasoline consumption by 500 gallons or, something like that, and let people come up with a way to do that. Each department that uses gasoline, make it a reasonable goal that, they can meet. And then that's measurable, it's positive, whether it be heat, whatever.
Just put in a line in every budget, contribution to capital or to
climate action
plan.
Honestly, that won't work for every budget. Honestly, our fuel costs have gone down over the years.
I'm sure they have, but this way. I'm very defensive about this, and I'll admit it, because nobody that has been part of that group has ever acknowledged that our fuel costs, energy costs have gone down.
No, I realize
this year
that.
We'll be hit between the eyes with it, because it will be, whether it's filled in or not, a part of every budget, and then we just add them all up, and then at the end we'll have a little section that says this is the total aggregate of what we have done to.
And I realize some departments can't do it, but we can say fuel costs went down. Well, so did the price of fuel go down. Okay, that's a substantial savings in and of itself. When you're paying, $3.50 for gasoline, and now you're paying $2. Do something like gallons. So many less gallons of fuel oil to heat this building, or gas, or whatever.
It is in the budget.
Just think of it this way. The reason I wanted to capture this at all is that there's a gap broadly. Forget where it is and all that. There's a gap between what we think as a community, what we think we should be doing and what we actually are doing. Or we wouldn't have these people. I don't mean to put it that way. We wouldn't have a group that's passionate enough to go to town meeting to create a climate action plan. There's some kind of gap, and it might be 90% a communication gap. All I really wanted to do, and And we can flesh these out. These are good ideas, but really what I wanted to do is acknowledge that gap and figure out a way to bridge that gap. Because it clearly existed, we wouldn't have been at town meeting talking about it.
Maybe it is. First is the communication part of it, and I think because I will defend the town manager on here. I think we've done a better job than we've publicized about.
And I posted it on the website and I update it every single year. So for people to say we're not doing our fair share is, I'm disappointed because they have not acknowledged, these people, individuals involved have not acknowledged the things we've done. That
I think there are ways that we can improve on that just by creating a better story before it comes up again.
They've got the information.
Yeah, let's come back to it. I think we all think it's important.
It's the message points, how many times we repeat it, and who says it.
Okay, I hear Charlie saying Elmo. Enough, let's move on. That's
Right.
Meeting dynamic 101. You call it Elmo. All right. So yeah, I think we agree that how we interact with the climate action plan is important, and whether it's creating a challenge grant by each department, or whether we just say, well, wait a minute, first maybe it is before we do anything else. Let's figure a way to have a dialogue with that group that says, look, how are we not communicating this effectively? And if we are communicating it effectively, where are we falling short? And have them articulate that. Maybe it's something that simple for this year, especially given that they might not really have strong recommendations by the end of the year. I get it.